Welcome to HP Tuner's Ford Gen 1 Coyote Training Part 4. In this training module, we're going to be taking a look at using our VCM Scanner software to create a custom histogram and generate some math channels so we can analyze our data in slightly different type of format so we can see information more easily and be able to dial our calibration a little bit better. This is going to just give you an alternate approach to working with creating some custom channels if you don't choose to use the histograms, chart versus times, and math channels that I'm providing in the training course. Without further wait, let's jump in so we can check this out. Okay, so let's get started. We're going to be taking a look at working with custom histograms, math channels, and chart versus time creations in our VCM Scanner software. This video is going to give you some ideas of how you can go in and create your own custom outlays or all your data sets in your VCM Scanner. So you're able to take the data and then plot it how you'd like. If you're trying to come up with an idea or trying to analyze something in a specific manner, you're able to do that. Now this video is a little bit more in depth. Last video was just a basic overview. As we go through the training course and you're getting more comfortable with using the scanner, things that I'm covering in this tutorial might make a little bit more sense. I wanted to introduce this early in the training course so that, again, you have this as a reference point you can go back to and just see how to work with custom data. So first thing I want to do here is open up a data log that's going to have some channels in it that I want to use to create a custom mathematical function. Now I'm going to take that math function and use a custom chart versus time so we can create a horsepower and torque dyno graph right into our software that's based only on knowing engine speed and the mass airflow. So this is going to be just basic math, but it's going to allow us to transcribe that and we can get a good idea of what the horsepower and torque the engine is making based on that. Now it's not perfect, but it'll be a reasonable starting point. So let's take a look here. First thing I want to do is go to log file, open log file in our data log examples. So HP Tuner's Gen 1 Coyote folder. The data log examples, that's going to be all the log examples we have. Let's just go and select one of these log examples. Let's go in here and just select VCT fixed. That'll be fine to take a look at. So this is going to be a wide open throttle logging list. Now, when we're creating a math function or allowing a chart versus time to actually function and work, or even a histogram, we have to make sure that we're logging in our channels list here over on the left, the PID channel associated with creating a math channel, a chart versus time, or a histogram. If we don't have that particular data channel logged, the link will essentially be broken. So if we take a look here, we're going to find map pressure and speed, for example. These are blank right here. They're not actually doing anything. They're not showing anything because I'm not logging those specific PID channels in my list here. So we have to make sure you're logging it on the left side in your actual logging list for it to work in a math function, chart versus time, or a histogram. So that's basic. Now, in this particular case, using my wide open throttle channel logging list, that if we go in here and open to data file open, so recent channel configs, this would be the wide open throttle channel configuration that I'm providing in the training course packet. That's what I had to create and capture this data log with. In this particular data log, I'm logging my mass airflow, and I'm also going to be logging my engine speed right here, engine RPMs. We have to have these two specific channels in order to make our math functions work for the calculations I'm going to be showing you in the tutorial. So again, just the big takeaway here is make sure you're logging on the left side the actual channel that you want to use in any mathematical function, chart versus time, or histogram. Okay, so the next step that we're going to take here is we're going to jump into our tools and we're going to go to math parameters. This allows us to create a math equation. Now, this can be complex or basic math. What I'm going to be showing you here is just very basic low-level math, but let's go and take a look at how we can accomplish this. So we're going to jump into our math so we can see maths user. I already have some of my channels populated in here. Anything that shows user math as an available channel, you can go and click on to start to create your custom math function. So in this particular case here, in the name, I'm going to call this horsepower, and I'm going to label this Ford. So I know it's the Ford specific horsepower that I want to work with. We can take a look. I have a GM Gen 4 horsepower. So that was using the Gen 4 logging from a GM Gen 4 application at HP Tuner. So this mathematical function will only apply to my Ford PID logging channels that I'm going to find here. I wouldn't be able to use my GM Gen 4 horsepower mathematical channel with my Ford logging channels here, so the PID channels. That's specific to the functions, and that's why I'm labeling it horsepower Ford, so I know. Okay, so now that we've labeled it a custom label here in the notes, we could actually write the equation. So we're going to say here math, and then we're going to put in parentheses here pound per minute multiplied by 10.2 equals horsepower. So that's a very simplistic mathematical equation, and that'll translate the math in pound per minute times 0.10.2 to horsepower. So that's what we need to write right here in the expression. So what we need to do. Thanks for checking out our teaser clip. If you want to see the rest of this video and more than 500 hours of current EFI training we have to offer, make sure you click right here. If you want to go and check out more teaser clips from this training course, click here, and you don't want to miss any of the videos we're going to be releasing on this channel, so make sure you subscribe and click here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.